What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jordan. I love talking to y'all. Anytime I have like an epiphany or a realization or anything like that, I literally run back to tell y'all, because one thing I know for sure is that collectively a lot of us face similar lessons, similar tests, just different scenarios and different characters. You know what I'm saying? Like the problems and the things that I go through are not new. Nothing is new under the sun. So I made a list. Let's get into it. Number one, if you want something done right, do it yourself. There are a lot of trivial things that we should delegate to other people, you know, in order to streamline our processes and help us to achieve things more quickly. But when it comes to branding and things that are representation of who you are, what you offer, what you embody, those are things that require precision, and that's not something that I personally am willing to leave in someone else's hands. An example is I had a business idea, and after hiring a graphic designer who is a great graphic designer, I had him tweak my website so many times just to still be left dissatisfied and have come out of pocket so much, and I ended up learning how to make websites in order to make my own, which was great. I absolutely loved it. And then I created other little websites for like my friends and my mom and things like that. If you want something done right, do it yourself. Number two, faith is the most important factor. You're probably like, girl, what? I mean, faith is the most important factor when trying to manifest or bring something into your reality. I've realized that that is the key thing to get the wheels turning. Like, you first have to really have faith and surrender and allow miracles and allow things to show up in maybe a form that you hadn't initially anticipated, or, you know, not be so overbearing trying to control things that you are now moving out of desperation and out of alignment with what God would have given you had you had faith that it would be delivered. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lack of faith causes me to take matters into my own hands in order to rush the process, and then I end up having to cover my tracks, go back and figure out where I went wrong. Everything is a mess. I think that faith and surrendering goes hand in hand. Like, okay, I fully believe that what I deserve, the opportunities, the resources, and the people that are in alignment are on their way. All I have to do is show up, be a ready, willing vessel, and apply myself in the best ways that I know how. I don't have to do anything crazy. When I honestly fully surrender things and lean on my faith, that's when things start moving seamlessly, because it's like that's all you have to do. That leads me to my next point, is to focus on what's in my control. It's simple, but it's not. You know, if I really took inventory sometimes and was like, what does this have to do with me, first of all? Or is this something that can be done today? No, so store it for another time. Or this is not an overnight process, so I might as well check back in. Like, things like that, you know? Focus on what is in your circle of influence. If it is not within your influence, like, there is nothing that you can do to make this problem go away, make this thing happen faster, let it go. The letting it go is the surrendering that I was talking about. Number four is something that I've learned. I think it came from going to the gym. It's discipline over motivation. Discipline and consistency is what yields results. If I solely relied on how I feel, like if I want to do this today, or if I want to, you know, I would just never do anything. Like, if I was relying on how I feel. I learned to make decisions from the standpoint of my highest self. It's not about what I feel like eating right now, what I feel like doing right now. It's what would she do? What would she eat today? Like, things like that, you know? You have to make decisions from the standpoint of where you want to be. And those little victories add up. Before you know it, you will be in alignment with the highest version of yourself. People will notice, you will notice that you are just moving differently. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this vision that I have for where I want to be, who I want to be, that's what gives me the kick in the butt I need. Motivation is a feeling. Feelings are fleeting, so that cannot be the driving force to get me out of bed. It's just not going to work. Number five, this is my favorite one on the list. It's ask clarifying questions to avoid wasting time. Basically what that means is, whether it's like an employer, you're on a date, whatever it is, ask clarifying questions even if it's uncomfortable, so that you can know whether or not you're moving in the right direction. Literally, so much could be avoided had we just asked like the bare. For example, if you're in a job interview, ask like, what is my earning potential? What is the ceiling on how much I can make at this job? What are the pros? What are the cons? Like, cut to the chase. Ask what happened to the person who was formerly in this position. Why did they leave? I don't care, ask. Like, don't feel weird about asking about anything that you are investing time and energy to. Time is money, okay? If it's a date or someone that you see as a potential partner, then you would ask, what are you looking for? Do you want kids? Do you have kids? Like, ask these questions, because the answers will unfold regardless, and you don't want to be blindsided. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times we don't ask hard questions because we really don't want to know the truth, and we'd rather not shatter our illusions. And that's just the tea. We would rather not shatter our illusions about something and go against our intuition than to just flat out ask. And I personally feel like that's self-sabotage, and I will not be doing that. Also, when you ask a question and someone tells you something out of honesty, believe them. Believe them. Like, if they tell you the ceiling to how much you can make at this company and it's not enough to support your lifestyle, walk away. Don't fold and commit to something knowing that there is a possibility that you may not get your desired outcome. Potential isn't real. What's real is what they're telling you and the reality of the situation. And so I've just learned to take off my rose-colored glasses and just accept things and people at face value. Not what they could be, not what it could be. And if it's not a 100% solid yes, it's a no. And like, subconsciously, we know with any given situation when something isn't for us. We can feel it, we can pick up on it, but it takes self-awareness and integrity to walk away not knowing if something will replace that thing. You know, like settling for a job because you don't know if you'll find another. Real faith, you'll be able to walk away saying, no, that's not in alignment with what I'm looking for. That's not in alignment with what I deserve. And I know there's nothing here right now that can take that place, but it will show up because I believe that it will. And because you're applying yourself in the best ways that you can. If it's a relationship, we can cling on to potential, cling on to what it could be, and not accept the reality of it because we don't want to be alone, or we don't believe that someone will take that person's place. Real faith and surrender is saying, this isn't what I deserve, it's not in alignment, I'll wait. That's the theme of the year for me, is very much I'll wait. Like, I'll wait. I know when you have a clear vision, you know, you just know. When I chop it up with God and I'm like, okay, God, all right, did you get my message? I'm waiting on this, this, and this. Like, give me a sign, show me. You can't miss it. The beauty of fully surrendering is knowing that when something does show up, it's divine. That's all I have time to share, you guys, because my camera is about to die for some reason, even though I charged it all night. But thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you want to see a part 2. There's many more where those came from. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.